Hello and welcome to the WIHS Journal Public Affairs Program. I'm Jerry Williams. Well, if you missed my conversation with Laura Essick last week on the topic of the upcoming Patriotic bus tour, then catch it now. Happening on the WIHS Journal, it's news and public affairs. Joining us now is Laura Essick. She attends Crossroads and she does many things. She wears many hats. Good morning to you, Laura.
Good morning, Jerry. Good to be with you.
Good to be with you. We've had your daughter here once or twice.
Yes.
She's singing. Well, she's on probably hiatus now, but she's having children.
Yes, that's right. She's got a pretty newborn baby that's 4 months and a 2-year-old.
Yeah. I interviewed her before she had her first child
That's
way
right.
back. Yeah. Is she still planning on doing music? Or
She does do music. She's actually writing children's music now,
Is
so
she?
it's really great for the young ones.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow. Praise God. So you're here today to talk about this exciting trip.
Yes, we got a trip coming up. We're going to Lexington and Concord in Massachusetts. If you didn't know, it's the 250th year anniversary from the shot that heard around the world. So we'll be going on a little patriotic tour, seeing some of the sites. I've been lived in New England all my life. Besides a few years, we lived in Germany. And I've never been to any of these places, so I'm really excited to promote it and hopefully fill a bus.
I'm from the West Coast. A lot of people know I'm from the West Coast, and I've yet to go to Plymouth and experience that, and go out to Florida. So while I'm out on the East Coast, I need to start doing some of these things.
Well, you should join us. We're going to be going on June 14th. I know you've got other plans that night, but June 14th is the date of this Patriotic New England tour. It's not only Flag Day, but it's my birthday, so we can have a whole party bus. It's the president's birthday that day, too.
Yeah. Do you do some kind of trip annually?
So we're trying to do a couple trips a year. The next one will be in the fall to Lake George.
Lake George. So you do different things. You go to different places.
Yep.
Talk about some of the places you've gone in the past.
Last year we went to the Sight and Sounds Theater down in Pennsylvania for a couple nights, and then we also did recently the Bronx Zoo. And Maine to go have lobster, go to Kennebunk, see some of the bush properties, sites around there.
Yeah. What's Sight and Sound like?
Sight and Sound it's a Christian theater production. Right. I first actually went there when I was pregnant with Anna, so that was 25 years ago, and they're actually doing that show this year, Noah. And the whole theater actually becomes whatever it is. Last year it was Esther, and it was, or when it's the Sea of Galilee for Jesus, the theater actually transforms into whatever the theme of the play is.
Yeah, that's another one I need to check out here while I'm on the East Coast.
Yes,
the whole Sight and Sound thing. What about the Museum of the Bible or something like that? Do you guys ever thinking about doing that?
We haven't done that as a church, but I've been to the Kentucky Noah's Ark.
Yeah, I was going to mention that.
ICR is right there. I didn't get to go there because I went there the first month it was open. So they were actually open 40 days and 40 nights for the first month that they were open some years back.
How fitting.
Right? Yeah.
Wow.
But I'd like to get back there with some grands.
That's got you some grands. Yeah. That's got to be fun, like as a planning committee. Where do we want to go to next year or this year? That's got to be fun. So you're how long you been connected with these tours now?
Well, actually, Dave Albano, if you remember him, he used to lead them years ago. And Pastor Sean's wife, Amy Wiles, and I just started taking over the trips this year.
So you're a newbie.
They reopened last year after COVID. We had a little bit of a
hiatus.
Sabbatical from that, and now we're getting back on. The thing that's a little bit hard for some is that they are a little pricey. So we tried to pick the ones that were the least expensive, but it does include your lunch and transportation, the guides, all the entrance fees. But for some people, it's a little hard. So we're hoping that we can fill this bus and don't have to cancel the trip.
Yeah, so if you're just tuning in, I'm with Laura Essick. We're talking about the Patriotic Bus Tour that's taking place on Flag Day.
Yes, June 14th.
I can't make it.
I know. I wish I could be in two places and be with you that night, too.
I'll be at the Bushnell that night, praise God. But, you mentioned Dave Albano. I recall Dave Albano. He used to have in the Crossroads lobby what is it,
Dave's Trips.
Dave's Trips, right.
That's right.
That was his thing. He'll be sitting there with a table, and you can come and sign up for
That's
one of
right.
Dave's trips. I miss Dave. Dave also was a great actor. He was Blaze Wild in
Lost in Vegas.
Lost in Vegas, and I was Detective
Amazing.
Keith.
That was a great show.
Yeah,
that was fun traveling with
yeah,
that.
Steve Spada and I were detectives.
Yes.
He was Detective Sal, and I was Detective Keith. And Steve Spada is the husband of Heather Spada, and you can hear Heather on our station.
Yes.
With Truth Works.
I'm going to be with her all weekend, actually. She's leading and teaching for a women's retreat at Crossroads this weekend up in Ashford.
That doesn't surprise me.
Right? I'm excited.
Wow. So you're always doing something.
I'm telling you.
You were in Germany for a while. What were you doing in Germany?
My husband's work took us there, but we really embraced the culture and got to be immersed in Europe. Visited lots of places, really great for the children. Our kids learned German and other languages, so
Yeah.
It was a really great experience.
Yeah, you have how many kids? I know there's Anna who sings and got a couple kids, and
I
you have a son.
Caleb, who played Elvis in that show we were just talking about. He's a campus pastor out in Wisconsin, and then he has two kids also, and our oldest is a missionary in the Middle East.
You have an exciting family.
We
you guys are
do.
just all over the place.
That's right,
That's why
we
you're
are.
always smiling. It's just always fun. You know,
Yes.
what are we doing now? We're going to Germany. We're going to trips. We're having babies.
Well, Grandma is my favorite at the moment. I've got six little ones, all 3 and under. So
That's a tremendous
exciting.
ministry right there.
That's right.
You know,
Raise them up so they know the Lord.
So we are with Laura Essick, but we're talking about this exciting bus tour.
Let me tell you a little more about it.
Yeah, let's
so
do
we're
it.
going to Lexington and Concord. Like I
Yes.
said, I've lived here all my life, never went to either of those towns, and they're towns that were really impactful during the Revolutionary War. So we're going to have a costume guide come on. They're going to tell us about where Paul Revere rode. We're going to see the National Minuteman Park. We're going to have the spot where the gun that shot made that was heard around the world that started the Revolutionary War. We're going to stop there at the old bridge. We're also going to go on a little detour to see the old Orchard House, which if you've ever read Little Women, it's where Louisa May Alcott wrote the story. And there, in 1868, her dad actually made a makeshift little desk that would fold up into the wall, and that's where she wrote that book. So we'll be stopping there. We're going to be going to a Colonial Inn for lunch. Supposedly, it's one of the most enduring, enchanting country inns in the United States. And then we'll be stopping at a few other sites along the way on the Lexington and Concord Green. And like I said, it's all included with the bus tour, as well as the guides, the entrance fees, and the lunch.
From all aboard.
Yes, right. So we're hoping to fill the bus. The bus holds 50 people. All are welcome. You don't need to be in Crossroads Community Cathedral, but we welcome anyone. Bring your friends, your children, your grandmother, your neighbor, whoever. And this is to register. It's either on our website, mycc.church, or it's actually on the WIHS calendar.
Right.
So if you click on June 14th, you'd get all the information. It'll bring you right to register.
Well said.
Thank you.
You even got the community calendar in.
That's right.
Visit WIHSradio.org.
Yes. And
Click
if you do sign up and you heard it here, please let us know so we can give the feedback back to Jerry.
Oh my goodness, you are amazing. You're just it pours out, it flows out of you, the info. Good for you. Now, I would like to. Well, I'll tell you about that one off air.
Okay.
But well, thanks for coming.
Yes.
Any closing remarks about the tour?
Well, like I said, we just really would hate to have to cancel it. I have about 25, 30 people coming. The bus holds 50, so we'd love to have you join us. It's going to be a great day. Weather-wise, it doesn't matter. We'll have a good time. And come out. Flag Day, Patriotic Day, to just celebrate our country and learn a little bit more. Even if you're not a history buff, it doesn't matter. We can always learn more. I always tell my clients in addiction recovery, when we learn something new each day, it literally reconnects neurons or starts new ones. So come on out, and it'll do good for your brain and soul.
Again, the dates are?
June 14th, Saturday, from about 9 in the morning. We'll be meeting at the commuter lot in Manchester, right by the highway, and returning to the same spot, which is right down the road from Crossroads at about 6 o'clock at night.
Jeez, Laura Essick. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you so much for having me.
Talk to you later and see you down the road.
Hello and welcome
to the WIHS Journal Public Affairs program. I'm Jerry Williams. Well, if you missed my conversation with Laura Essick last week on the topic of the upcoming Patriotic bus tour, then catch it now. Happening on the WIHS Journal, it's news and public affairs. You just heard my conversation with Laura Essick that took place last Friday on the topic of the upcoming Patriotic bus tour. If you'd like more information about what you heard today, call WIHS 860-346-1049, 860-346-1049. I'm Jerry Williams for the WIHS Journal. It's news and public affairs.